you mess us up?
You wasn't recording that? Come on. What just happened?
Go ahead.
She don't know to just record everything.
Because we really could have just started the show.
Right there. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Bum.
Yeah.
Bing bum.
Bum.
Meow. Meow, meow.
Bye, beautiful. I love you.
I love you more.
Yes. She loves me, y'all.
She was talking to me. Stop living in the past.
We're gonna have to take that line. I'm gonna have to take. We are because it just works. Stop living in the past. Stop living.
It just shuts everything down.
You know what that reminds me of? Rafiki in Lion King when he kept hitting Simba.
That's me.
That's what I see.
Stop living in the past.
Stop living in the past. You got to learn from it. That hurt, right? So when he swung the thing again, he ducked and he didn't get hit. And he learned from the past because the past just happened.
But you had to live in it to experience it to know to duck for the next time. So you kind of do got to sit in the past for a second or two. You gotta feel it. You gotta feel it and analyze it and understand it.
Let me pull out a keyword. Pad. What is that? Past.
Y'all bring me to.
You still have to know what happened.
My moment is just like, so I like the whole thing. Don't live in the past, but it's interesting because it makes me think of how we have to revisit the past in order to move forward in the future. You know what I mean?
This is true,
but you don't live there.
You don't. But you take the wisdom from the past to bring forward.
And you visit it.
Yeah.
And you have to remember how quickly you learn from it because some things happen that fast that you have to learn in the moment.
And then, if you don't know what happened in the past, it can hinder you from growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
My third grade teacher had taught us that.
Yeah, Sankofa.
Just like with the potholes in the streets. You know what streets.
Yeah, you know what. Listen.
You remember in the past, right? You remember when you went, oh,
yes.
shit. You know how to tell which corner. You do.
Yeah.
You do.
I'm gonna live in that past because I'm not messing up my tires and axles and all that other stuff underneath the car.
I want to revisit the past of something that happened last week.
Oh, Jesus.
However,
what did you do to your eye?
I don't know what I did to it, but can you fix it?
Did you put makeup on it?
A little.
Why it's not working? You didn't lick your thumb.
I'm not a mother. I don't lick. Well, I'm gonna need you to do it then, Kendra. I don't lick. I don't lick fingers and do things like that.
Oh, okay, that's all part of tonight's topics, honey, because you gotta look at it do it like that. No, but what is it bad? Seriously? Let me look.
It's just right there.
Is it my eyebrow?
So she had a whole extra eyebrow line.
Oh, okay.
You see it? Yeah, she had a whole. It was like a makeup thing. I'm like, what is she doing?
I got my daddy's eyebrows. That might be my eyebrow.
No, it's a piece of liner. It looks like liner.
But I didn't use a liner.
A pencil. That's what she used.
I didn't use a pencil either.
Why your lips so nice?
The line is gone.
Why your lips so nice? Don't ignore me. You heard me.
What?
No, I have spit on the eye.
Oh, that's a mole? But there was a line there, though.
Yeah,
okay,
it was a rainbow.
I'm going to have to go inside and edit all kind of nonsense on this.
That's your fault.
Have fun. The editing
Stop living in the past. Leave it there.
I know.
You know what? This is what happens when you have a sisterhood because
don't you love it?
Wait, what
about taking it every single time, but I don't.
I'm gonna just have to buy everybody one because it just ball out. Yes, it feels. I'm gonna make sure y'all's are different though. Really? Did you find it?
No, I didn't.
Really?
I didn't even find the other one that you told me about.
So now I'm gonna have to go back to my spot.
I love it.
All right, we have to go.
You
forward.
did.
We have to move forward, guys. Yeah.
Is it sparkling?
So we can start the show.
We're ready to move forward. So yeah, we can definitely start the show.
All right.
Come on in, get into the show.
Panda.
Woo! Yeah.
And we have Big Cat, my co-host.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hater.
She got mad energy today.
Hater.
And then we
living in the past?
Somebody's living in the past. We got the pretty Nettie Boo.
Nettie Boo.
Nettie, I'm not a hater. I don't live in the past.
You know what I'm saying?
We don't live in the past. We don't live in the past. And we have a special guest tonight, Ziakeya from Noir Pleasure.
Hey, y'all.
Stop acting like you talk that
I like the low. You know what? I like the low.
She bring out the Roxbury.
Plus, I
you know you had to yell at people.
Okay.
You know you had.
Come closer to us.
I miss it.
We don't bite unless you ask us to.
Lots of memories.
Yes, good memories, I hope. Mm-hmm. We just had a quick moment where we realized we kind of grew up in the same area and we probably just been missing each other. Boston's it's small. Crazy how small Boston is, but that's okay because we ended up connecting in the future anyway, so we're not going to focus on the past, right?
Yeah, we're not living in the past.
We're not living in the past. That's right, we're not living in the past. So, Miss Ziakeya, do you want to talk about yourself real quick?
Oh, yeah. All right. So,
tell the people who you is.
I kind of have this vibe now. Like, I used to have, like, this pre-written, like, speech when I would introduce myself, but, like, I'm really living in, like, my authenticity to now. So, I'm a round the way girl from Boston. I love my city. A lot of the experiences that I experienced here in Boston are what has gotten me to where I am today. Currently, right now, my path is just really being really fully myself, and exploring all the things that I want to explore, and then giving back to community. This is this thing I was reading one day. I forget the person. I'm on somebody's email list, and they sent this article, and it was like, you want your obituary to be lit. Like, that's where I'm at right now. Like, I want my obituary to be like, yo, she gave back to the community. These are her accomplishments. People cared, loved. That's kind of where I'm at right now. So with that being said, I'm really focused on, opening a business to be able to have my freedom, to be able to be creative. Like, I'm tired of working for people. I've been working a job since I was 14. Always had a little side hustle. Right. So where I'm at right now is just really being like that entrepreneur and learning the skills that I need so where I can really flourish in my business. And I really love human sexuality. So I'm like
well, what's the business?
We're gonna
tell us about the business.
Wait a minute.
We're gonna get into the business.
We're gonna get into the business. Exactly. They just jumping on
there.
You gotta teach them how to get ready. You know what I'm saying? I think you gotta take it slow. Honestly, but I got a question about you. Mm-hmm. Do you have any children?
I have no children, but I'm the oldest of 10 now.
10
Gotcha.
So
you said 10 now, like there was.
My dad just had a baby. My sister's name is Hannah. She's so little.
How old is your daddy?
Does your daddy need a daycare?
You know what? Yeah. Yes.
We gonna talk with the camera stuff rolling, baby. We gonna talk.
But
Daddy.
So that kind of puts things in perspective as to like I love children.
How old is daddy?
He's in his 50s.
Oh, I thought he was like my dad. Because, but he got stopped now. Because my dad had me.
He gonna watch this back, so say hi.
Daddy, stop now. Only because your children. Well, no, because if you had 10, then you got a few others to take care of. That's a good number of children.
Make it have kids.
He only had like 2 or 3. No, because my dad left it up to me. So that's what I mean.
I don't have any children, but honestly, last year I was a foster mom to one of my cousins, and that really opened my eyes to like parenting. It's not for me.
Oh,
really?
I respect that.
Me
and
too.
I appreciate that.
I do respect that honesty because how many people have attacked you when you said that?
This is the first time I've said it.
Good for you. Loud? And stand on that.
Like, I love my freedom. Like, I realize it's not for me because, one, I'm afraid that I'm going to have to raise children by myself. It's like the stigma, right? Mm-hmm. I don't want to be a single mom.
I tell people that all the time.
Nobody
wakes up wanting to be a baby mom.
And you don't know what's going to happen.
So
I'm just going to avoid this shit altogether. Like, listen,
I get it.
I respect that wholeheartedly, but I asked you because I want to know what encouraged you to be your authentic self right now.
Just not being satisfied with life. Like when I talk about pleasure, like people go, "Oh, it's all about sex," and we'll get into that. But
which is not.
To me, pleasure is all about just living life with satisfaction. And to me, that's where I want to be. I want to be satisfied in everything that I do.
That's right.
And in order for me to get there, I have to really understand like what my purpose is in this life and really live it. Like honestly, like when I first started my business, I was just trying to fit the mold, right? Trying to be like everybody else on IG, everybody else on Instagram, Facebook, all of that. YouTube, just trying to fit in. And I'm like, yo, like I don't want to be that. Like it's hard. You gotta practice the shit. You do. You gotta live up to it and all of that. And I'm like, yo, like
it takes time.
I'm from the hood. Like I love books. I love to read. Like I'm educated. You know what I'm saying? But like I don't have to be like everybody else.
All right. So while we're here and talking about being our authentic selves and living in the past, real quick, did you guys see that article with the young ladies, the basketball ladies? What are their names again? Caitlin and
Clark.
Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. What is baby girl's name?
Angel Reed.
I'm
gonna need y'all to do better. I'm looking like who's gonna get it? Right? Who gonna get it?
Young.
Yeah, they are young.
And I love it.
Me too.
I love her.
Me too.
I love her flavor.
Me too. I love everything about it. Initially, when I saw the post where she's going like this, I thought it was the In Your Face. Oh no, You Can't See Me. The You Can't See Me, the wrestler. But one of our viewers, he corrected me. He's like, no, that's the Give Me My Ring. And I was like, so I went to look up the video and I was like, oh shoot, he's right. So I told him, I was like, you know what? You're right. It is the Give Me My Ring thing. However, when she gets that ring, she's still gonna be like this. So she still can't see her.
She kept, doing this.
She did get the
ring. That's confidence.
It is confident.
And people always got a problem when a black girl is confident.
And why?
She's too passionate or she's too like
no. But
they don't even like to
I went into it. And why it blew up so much is because the same woman that she did it to on the field,
did it to her first.
Did it exactly, obviously, and she got no backlash.
Nothing.
So I watched Shannon Sharp's interview, his reaction to it, and I'm like, ain't this about it, man?
Yeah.
Like, they even said things like,
she's doing
a stupid idiot.
Yes.
This isn't the NBA. Like, are you
a fucking dumbass?
And then,
I didn't know.
They were going in on her. Who's like
people,
media, society.
Well, I will say certain colored media because it wasn't just the media. We'll say certain groups of the media.
Protection.
She did, and then the young lady came out and was like, "I don't feel no way about it. She didn't do anything wrong."
And I appreciate.
And I appreciate that she came out.
Yes, we need alliances, even if
we do.
Now we don't know if that was genuine or not, but either way, you needed to say it, and it was said, and I appreciate it.
Me too. Thank you.
I'm just so tired of society.
But people do that in sports all the time. Men
and this is what I'm saying.
They do their dances.
Why? Because she won. Because she won, and then the president's wife is going to sit there and invite both teams. When do you invite the runner-up to the White House? Since when? Because the runner-up team was of this color, and the winning team was of this color. So let's try to invite both. What are you doing? What are you doing? Never in the history of people coming to the White House have they ever invited the runner-up. Ever. This is what we're talking about. This is why we're so.
It's a place too. Though.
It's a place where you sit at home.
Right.
Where you sit at home. That's don't go to the White House.
Your place is at home. On your couch or wherever else, but not at the White House with the winners.
Mm-hmm. Wow, no, because now you got me thinking about the White House when they were serving burgers and fries to the championship.
I know, but listen, let's talk
for another day. Don't live in the past. Don't live in the past.
They got lobster now. They got lobster.
Stop living in the past. We ain't gonna live in the past.
It's interesting though how like when it comes to like black women, no matter. First of all, she's young. She's a teenager. She's like 19. Yeah. She's still a baby.
Attacking her.
Not to insult her, but she's still a baby.
Attacking her.
And like when it comes to black women, like it doesn't matter your age.
We're not protected
ever. We're always like we're never given the benefit of the doubt. Hypersexual. Like she's a kid. She's somebody's baby, and she can't like enjoy her moment of victory. Like that's the part that
she has to keep that inside.
Like,
how dare her be happy?
How dare she have a human moment?
How dare her?
How dare she have a human moment?
How dare her be happy about her win?
It's different now with social media. Everything's so sensationalized.
It's different in the world. Period. I feel like even if there wasn't social media, people I think social media really.
It's the access. It's the access where everybody can come together and be like, ha ha ha.
That's what it is. Yes. Say what they want and don't have to take accountability.
They don't have to. Yeah, they don't suffer any consequences.
Oh, but trust me,
behind the screen,
them people were attacking the ones who weren't hiding.
Yeah.
Oh, they were coming for them. Oh yeah, Shannon Sharp and a few others. Some of the Celtics players, a few other people was like, y'all need to relax because I'm sorry, what? Yeah. When did trash talking become a problem?
But that's what they do in sports.
But I will say it did bring a lot of attention to women's basketball because I was good. Like, yo, I need to go rewatch that game. Because they're hard workers
just like the men are.
All media is good media. I don't care what nobody says. All your haters, they love you.
No, I don't want that R. Kelly media.
I don't either, but they still got. Didn't he still get a? He still benefited in somehow.
All media ain't just like all money ain't good money.
However, this is true. However, R. Kelly still has people buying his music, so it's not like he's still not making money. Somebody's still gonna follow you, even when it's hard facts that you're the bad guy. Trump is still not in jail. There's hard fact and evidence. So all media is good media. The more people, no matter how bad someone talks about you, somebody's gonna look at it.
Keeps you relevant.
Why you're being talked about. Even your haters love you because if they didn't, they wouldn't be talking about you.
I'm just going to agree to disagree because I can't.
Just real quick, because you mentioned that. So even though his situation may not be pleasant for us to talk about, right? But it's an issue in the Black community.
Absolutely.
So him being in the spotlight definitely sparked more conversation within our community to talk about.
Our uncles.
Oh yeah.
And cousins that everybody want to act like ain't there.
Exactly.
That they want to brush under the rug.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And April sexual assault awareness month.
Yes, it is.
So, like things like that, especially in like the Black community, there's a lot of that, like, and it comes from way back when. We don't want to live in the past, but we have to always start in the past to figure out
to learn
how we gonna move forward. But that kind of behavior goes way back.
What did I do?
And
you told me to stop living in the past. I needed to live in the past a little bit.
So that exposure that he got definitely sparked some conversations in our own community. So all media is not good, but it does have its purpose.
So because there was good purpose in the media, there's this video on our page that talks about pleasurable things. So I'm going to play a little bit of it for our audience, even though they should be following us by now.
Oh yeah, that's
pleasure mapping. So a map of your pleasure, right? Starting with, I let them watch me play with myself, and this is a big confidence one for women. But then I just tell them just to observe how I get me there. They'll learn a lot. I like to watch them, right, be their own touches, like whatever they, so I can take notes and see, is he stroking the head? Is more.
So what do you guys think about
the world? So that's one of my Belgian Candy colleagues. So Miss Kasha. Shout out to her for not being afraid to talk about real shit online. But pleasure mapping. So y'all know what that is?
I know now that I've watched the video.
Don't talk to us like we don't know nothing. We don't know who know what.
So when it comes to like sexuality and pleasure, a lot of times, this is how I'll start. So human beings, we're social beings. We learn through like explicit like instruction and things like that. That's how we learn. Everything we learn, someone taught us. Right. We watched or observed, right? But for some reason, when it comes to like sex, physical sexual pleasure, we're just expected to know what to do, whether you're a woman, whether you're a man, and that expectation can lead us, into a life where we're not really fully experiencing pleasure to the best of our ability, or our partners aren't giving us pleasure to the best of our ability. So pleasure mapping is like a way of finding out your erogenous zones. So those are places on your body that make you feel good. It doesn't always have to be your genitals. It could be anywhere. So I think of it like this: when I was younger and like the boys, and you would, explore with boys and stuff like that. Everybody would always go to certain. Oh, girls like to be kissed on the neck. Some girls like to be kissed on the neck, but not all girls like to be kissed on the neck. Some people want to be licked on the ear. I hate that shit. I don't like the sound of wet. You know what I mean? So,
but if they do it right,
everybody's different.
That's why everybody's different, but because I like my toes sucked. It's some people don't.
It's a really good feeling.
It is a good feeling.
When you think of pleasure mapping, so think of like yourself as an avatar, like a little stick man. Okay, you think of all the places on your body where where pleasure can happen. So you think about your neck, your chest, your shin, your arms, your shins, your toes. Pleasure mapping is really figuring out where your erogenous zones are on your body as an individual. You could do it yourself. So taking time just to like feel like your whole body, like its temperature with the heat, or like if it's something cold, warm. Do you like it hard, like pushing, like rubbing, lightly touching? So one of the ways, like when I first started like coaching as a sex coach, and we'll get into that. We haven't got into all of that.
We have not.
But when I first started coaching as a sex coach, one of the things I would always tell my clients is like, yo, listen, find out what your partner likes. And this is how you could do it. So I would draw them a map, right? Like a little stick man. And I would like, all right, so you and your partner tonight, what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna get a paintbrush, okay? Y'all get some some chocolate frosting or whatever you want to use. And you're gonna dip that paintbrush in the chocolate. And you're gonna circle the areas on your partner's body that they like to be touched at. Maybe on their neck, they like light touch. Maybe on their arm, they like a harder touch. You know what I'm saying? So pleasure mapping is really taking your body and finding out the areas of your body that bring you pleasure. It can really be fun when you're doing it with a couple though. Like, you know, imagine two people with no clothes on, just finding their pleasure zones. People just go into relationships or even situationships just assuming they know everything.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Or and thinking what's going to work on the last person is going to work on this person. Not realizing everyone's kink is different.
It is. And
everybody has a different kink.
It is.
So before we get deep, let's talk about your business.
Yes. All right. So I'll talk about my journey to where I am now. So in 2015, I was diagnosed with endometriosis. So I tell this story, and I'm so glad I can just talk authentically. So during that process of me finding out what was going on with my body, like once I figured it out, what stage I was at, and had surgery and all that craziness, I went on hormone therapy. And it really put my body into like a menopausal state. So I was like 27, like a 50-year-old woman. Hot flashes, all of that. I decided I'm not taking this shit no more. Fuck these hormones. I was paying like $2,000 for Lupron just to like help me deal with that. So in 2016, I was like, fuck this. I'm not taking these hormones anymore. But one day I was like, I got this urge of just like, I was so horny, right? I was just like so horny. And I haven't had that feeling for a long time because the condition, it just really it doesn't make you one with yourself. Mm-hmm. So I went to a sex shop. I was living in Richmond, Virginia at the time, and I was engaged. The relationship wasn't going that well. But I went to a sex shop and I bought the magic wand. It's like the first like sex toy ever. It's like the vibrator with the head on it, right? Mm-hmm. So I used to love Pinky, right? She was a porn star, light skinned, thick chick, and she used to always like play with herself with the magic wand and make herself squirt. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get this because I saw her use it for it. So I went and got it, and I used it, and I gave myself my first orgasm. Right? I was having sex consensually because I have had some trauma in my life. I was having sex consensually since 16, and I gave myself my first orgasm at 28. I had a lot of sex between 16 and 28. So normally when I tell people that, they're like, so what was the men doing? I said, exactly.
Right.
Exactly, right? What was I doing? I didn't know.
Because we be allowing it.
Yeah, but ignorance, right?
We be stroking egos.
So I had this epiphany. I was like, yo, if I'm experiencing this, other people must be having this problem.
I just want to know, because you said we be stroking egos, and I feel like what we're missing from that is she didn't know what an orgasm felt like. So I don't think it's really stroking egos. I think it's more ignorance of everyone. Yes. He didn't know that he wasn't pleasuring you because you didn't know what pleasure felt like.
You didn't know that it was higher than
pleasure mapping, right?
This is the one we got to live in the past.
Yeah. Take it back to the pleasure mapping. So I was like, literally, I had an epiphany. I was like, holy shit. This is what I've been missing. I'm like, a lot of women in my life, like that I've met, have had to be like missing it. So I was like, yo, I'm a Leo, so we're leaders, and we just want to go. We want to help people, right? So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna find a job where I can really help people, right? I want to learn more too. So I signed up to be a consultant with Bedroom Candy. I was Googling. First, I was like, Black-owned business, sex health, right? First things first. And that's the only one that popped up because she is, at the time, was the only company owned by a Black woman that taught you about sexual health. Mm-hmm. So I signed up, became a consultant, got rid of my fear, started going into people's houses, learning about the sex toys. The company gives you lots of education, so that way you're not just selling sex toys, you're actually selling, teaching people and educating people and empowering people. So in doing that, so I would go to people's houses, sell the sex toys, products, work as a team, and all that good stuff. But the ordering room is where my epiphany really came. It's like women, we would have lots of parties, drinks, food, but then when we would go into the order room, people would get really like sentimental with me. Like, yo, this is what I'm dealing with. I know my man's out there. Sometimes I would do couples parties. They're like, I know he wants to use that, but I don't really want to do that. Or like, I've been through this issue. Like, I've never had a sex toy. Everybody in the room is hype. Yeah, having fun.
Yeah, but when it's that one-on-one.
But when you get the one-on-one, they're like, wait, I've never used one before. I don't even know where it goes. Can you show me? Like, so I was like, yo, this is dope. To me, I'm like, I need to help people. So I was like, all right. So the company with Bedroom Candy had a lot of like really good educators that contributed to the company. So one of my mentors, her name is Dr. Rachel Ross, and she started this certification program. And I was like, all right, I'm selling sex toys. People need help. Let me get certified and learn more about human sexuality so I can bring more value to my customers. I'm not just going to be slinging sex toys. Let me really help these people, right? So I became certified in 2018, and then I started taking clients. This is the kicker, though. I realized that the people who were paying for the work and asking for it were not the people that I really wanted to help. So I took a break from the business. I'm like, all right, let me just recenter myself. I'm like, all right, so let me go work in a sex shop and see like what the consumer market is like. So I worked in West Roxbury Amazing. Learned a lot about the consumer industry. Sex shops have a lot of racist undertones to them.
Really?
Like, I remember one day I was sitting in the sex shop and I was just looking at all the inventory. I didn't see anybody on the packages that looked like me. Any of the toys that were in there.
That part.
The toys that were in there that were related to Black bodies always had like derogatory names. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you ever go into a sex shop, look at that. And that, it really boggled my mind. And then the people that would come in there, they didn't know what they were looking for. There's tons of inventory. You're coming in there, it's fearful. The sex shops are not really welcoming, you know, and a lot of products that they sell in there are not good quality, you know. So I was like, yo, all right. I did my inventory there, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to open my own business and just serve Black people. It took me a while to say that that's what I wanted to do.
I remember.
It took me a while to say, I'm like, I don't want to be like everybody else. I know that there's a need in my community. Like when you think about Black sexual politics, it's deeper than just the sex toy. There's a lot more that we need that we don't get. Acceptance of our body. We're hypersexualized. I mean, at 8 years old, I was told to close your legs. Like, I don't know any better. Like, right. You know what I mean? But whatever.
Because of the men that have no control.
Yeah, I got a skirt on. Yeah, okay. But why you
because of the uncles and the cousins.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be because of that. So I decided to start my business. So in 2022, I took all that experience. I said, yo, let me get my LLC, start this business. And it's been slow moving, but it's okay because it's a part of my journey. Like, the business is not like, I'm not expecting to come into this being a millionaire. You hear that a lot. I made $100,000 my first week. You know, people, it is hard.
The media will make you feel like you are losing, girl.
If you're not doing what everyone else is doing.
Yeah, but I'm like, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay.